Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Hello and welcome to The Splash Live. I'm your host, Tyler Kieft, live from Western Oakland County for our live daily news and talk show all about all things Greater West Bloomfield. You can always join us as part of our 90 minutes of live news every single morning on Civic Center TV with The Splash Live, beginning at 9:30 a.m. right here on Civic Center TV on Comcast Channel 15 and AT&T Channel 99 in the Greater West Bloomfield area. And then comes the MegaCast, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We expand further out into Oakland County. And we'll talk to newsmakers all throughout the county, talk about some of the top stories in our local area affecting you in the news and sports and entertainment and live events and more happening all throughout the state of Michigan. That's at 10 o'clock. Right now, 9:30, The Splash Live. And all of these originate on our flagship stations, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Here's where you can find us on cable television if you are still subscribing to cable TV today. Comcast Channel 15 and AT&T Channel 99 in our local area in the Greater West Bloomfield communities. Actually, on AT&T, you can get our station and community stations all throughout the local area on that channel. That is actually the community public access and government stations guide through AT&T. If you're still subscribing to their cable services, you can get not only Civic Center TV, but many of our partnering stations from our MegaCast programming on that as well, and really get a full scope of local programming in our communities here in the four communities and throughout Oakland County on AT&T Channel 99. You can also find us on the web on civiccentertv.com. That's where you'll find us in high definition. Civiccentertv.com is also the place to go for all of our programming on demand after our show. So you can find us live on the show each and every day, civiccentertv.com. Just go to our Watch Live page or find us in a small player on the homepage if you're viewing us on your computer web browser. And then you can also find us on social media as well. We're live every single day on Facebook, on facebook.com/CivicCenterTV15, as well as on YouTube at Civic Center TV. All the places you can find us for the video side of things, video and audio on TV and online, including on our YouTube page at Civic Center TV. You can also listen to us on the radio on 89.3 Lakes FM, which is live streaming, of course, on lakesfm.com, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you can find us on the radio on your FM dial as you're driving around town this morning on this beautiful Thursday, another wonderful day here in our community, and also find us replaying throughout the afternoons, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, our Civic Center TV original and imported programming, as well as municipal meetings, all on the radio as well. 89.3 Lakes FM is the place to go for all of that. Let's take a look outside our windows today and throughout the rest of the week. Again, a beautiful sunny day here in the Greater West Bloomfield community. Your high today, 89 degrees, and your low tonight will be 61. Going to be still, again, a pretty temperate day on the humidity side. Just 33% during the daytime. Gets a little bit higher as the day goes on and reaches its peak of 49% humidity during the nighttime. But once again, the UV index very high today, 8 out of 10. So again, one of those days you may want to avoid a lot of activity outside. If you have a respiratory issue, or if somebody that you're close with, a child, a partner, someone else in your home, you may want to help them by encouraging them to limit their time outdoors. That doesn't mean you don't go outdoors and enjoy the beautiful sunshine that we have here. We only have so much of that every single year, but be careful out there because, as we talked about on yesterday's show, CivicCenterTV.com, on our on-demand page, both the Splash Live and the MegaCast, these higher UV index days also indicate a higher level of ozone in our atmosphere, in our part of the atmosphere, atmospheric ozone, which can have a number of different adverse effects on people that have respiratory issues or other health problems. The good news with the heat today, there is a light breeze outside, winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and the sunshine will last throughout most of the day. While your high is 89, you may get some time later on where it's a little more temperate in the lower 80s or the high 70s or nearing even the 60s that we're going to have for our lows tonight, with sunset today scheduled for about 9:04 p.m. Friday, a lot of the same outside, sunny and partly cloudy in the Greater West Bloomfield area with a high of 91 degrees and a low of 64. Humidity very similar to today, 36% during the daytime on Friday, with your nighttime humidity at 49%. But once again, the rest of this week, both your work week and your weekend, UV index is going to stay at the same level. It's going to be high, 8 out of 10. 10 is the most severe, 1 is the least severe. We are at an 8 in the Greater West Bloomfield area and will continue to be at an 8 in the Greater West Bloomfield area throughout the rest of the week. So you're going to want to, again, limit your time outdoors if you have a respiratory illness or other ailments that may impact your breathing, as atmospheric ozone will be a little bit higher with the sunshine, with the dryness outside, and of course with all the different pollution-related issues that lead to greater levels of ozone in our atmosphere. It's another time where, hey, look, I know that it's the first day of June, no mow May is done, and for those that are clamoring to get outside and finally mow their lawns after not doing so in the month of May, maybe wait until a little bit later on in June. Wait a few more days, get into next week when the temperatures are going to be a little bit lower. That UV index may not be as high before you ultimately cut that grass. Winds on Friday a little bit stronger, same strength as today, where it's going to be 5 to 10 miles per hour, but different direction. Expected to have northern winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and sunset 1 minute later on Friday at 9:05 p.m. Over the weekend, sunny and partly cloudy during the afternoon on Saturday with a high of 87 degrees, your low 56 degrees. Going to be a bit more humid, though, over the weekend. 45% humidity on Saturday during the day and 53% humidity in the evening. The UV index will, again, 8 out of 10 on Saturday, relatively high, but a little bit more wind on Saturday as well. Winds northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour is your forecast at this time, with sunset expected around 9:06 p.m. Then a little bit of a cool down on Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 82 degrees as opposed to 87 and a low of 57 degrees. Your daytime humidity 35%, nighttime humidity 46%. Winds east-northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour, so that wind not going to give you much relief from the heat on Sunday, but with the lower temperatures, it may feel very similar to the higher temperatures but higher wind from Saturday. So very similar weekend forecasts for both Saturday and Sunday. And again, sunset expected at 9:06 p.m. on Saturday. That's your weather report. You can always join us for weather and other updates all throughout the week on the Splash Live at 9:30 a.m. Dave Scott will be back on the program tomorrow, but for the time being today, you're once again stuck with me until 10 a.m. for the Splash Live, then for another hour for the MegaCast from 10 to 11. We'll take a quick break. On the other side, we'll take a look around town. You're watching and listening to the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
Looking for a midweek meal? Keep the bag lunch at home this summer and enjoy street food in your neighborhood with Food Truck Tuesdays. Enjoy cuisine from around Michigan outside the WB Parks and Recreations Activity Center with a different vendor every Tuesday, like Post Sam's Cafe on June 6th. All summer, every Tuesday, Food Truck Tuesday. This community update from Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Many people are feeling overwhelmed and struggling with mental wellness these days. So be kind to your mind. Give yourself permission to breathe. Share your feelings. You are not alone. Have hope. Talk to a Stay Well counselor for free confidential help 24/7 through the COVID-19 hotline.
And now, Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. I'm your host, Tyler Kieft, filling in once again today for Dave Scott, who is out on assignment on Mackinac Island at the Mackinac Policy Conference. An action-packed day out there today, and plenty of more content from that from our partners at My Michigan TV. And we'll see a little bit more of that conference later on in the week with Dave coming back. And if you want to go back into the Wayback Machine on our website on demand, civiccentertv.com, just tune in to Tuesday's show where Dave did the Splash live from Mackinac Island on Tuesday morning. All of our shows, of course, on demand, civiccentertv.com. Let's take a look around town, making news today in Oakland County and including here in the Greater West Bloomfield community. There's a scam alert out. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office is issuing a warning to consumers after over a dozen people have complained about threats made to local residents over the phone, claiming that they missed jury duty and owe upwards of $900 to either a state or a federal court. Per the sheriff's office, earlier versions of the scam had the rate as high as $5,000, but hey, I guess maybe reverse inflation scam artists out there bringing that down to a measly $900 they're trying to rip out of your pockets in any way they possibly can. While over a dozen have complained about the recent string of scam calls, just 2 have gone through with the payments to these fake actors posing as your sheriffs. As usual, the Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard says neither his office nor any law enforcement agency or other government agency will ever call you demanding you to give them money, saying that if you get a call like this, quote, just hang up, end close quote. Here's how these quacks are operating this, per the Oakland Press's Peg McNichol, quote, the scammers give out a number that is supposed to be for the sheriff's office. Instead, Bouchard said, victims hear a recorded message asking the caller to leave a phone number. Scammers call back later on with specific instructions for making a Bitcoin deposit or using gift card registration numbers in order to pay these alleged fines, end close quote. Here's something to note as well to keep you on the lookout for real world versus scam. None of the local agencies responsible for enforcing jury duty law, that being the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Michigan, which is out of Detroit, nor the Oakland County Circuit Court will ever contact you by phone about your jury duty. They will only do so via snail mail. So if you're not getting anything in the mail from the courts that say, hey, you are due for jury duty, you need to report for jury duty either at the local federal court or a state court like a circuit court locally. If that's not happening, if you don't get a message via the mail, that is probably a scam. That's something to check in on. In addition, these courts and the sheriff's office both do not ever take Bitcoin or gift cards as payment anyway. So if you're getting a phone call, that's a red flag. If they're demanding Bitcoin payments, that's a red flag. If they're demanding gift card transaction numbers or registration numbers as a form of payment, that's a red flag. Whether they're claiming to be the sheriff's office, the circuit court, the federal court, the Piggly Wiggly, whatever it is that they're claiming they are, that's probably a scam. If they're talking about you making payments in gift card transaction numbers or gift card registration numbers or in Bitcoin, more than likely they're trying to steal your money and maybe even potentially steal your banking information so they can rip all the money out of your account, not just that $900 that they seem to be currently seeking, as they previously were seeking as high, again, as $5,000 previously. So again, this is an alert from the Oakland County Sheriff's Office. People right here in Oakland County have received these calls, and 2 out of the 12 complaints so far have actually seen that money been turned over to these scam artists. And once that happens, it is very tough, if not impossible, to reclaim those funds and get that money back in your pocket. It's a lot to lose to people that are doing horrible things in our community to rip money out of your pocket, your hard-earned money. Again, if you are to serve jury duty, that's going to be notified to you by the mail and only by the U.S. mail from the U.S. District Court for Eastern Michigan out of Detroit, or the Oakland County Circuit Court, or any other court that's going to contact you about serving jury duty. They're going to do that via the mail. And of course, they're not going to make threats. These agencies don't make threats to you to say, hey, do this or we're arresting you. Do this or you're going to get another fine. they're simply going to notify you, you're late, you never showed up for jury duty, you have a court summons. Hey, you never paid this fine or that fine. You now owe this much more in interest or as a late fee or so on or so forth, all of which is going to be done via the mail. And the biggest takeaway here, if it seems like it's a scam, it probably is a scam. The worst thing you can do is just believe it and go through with it. And it's pretty minor in comparison to simply call these agencies, call your local court, call the U.S. District Court for Eastern Michigan out of Detroit, call the Oakland County Sheriff's Office, your local police department, whomever these scammers are claiming to be, and talk to them about it there. Talk to someone at those actual numbers. If someone's on the phone with you saying, hey, I'm the Oakland County Sheriff's Office, I'm a deputy, you have missed jury duty and you owe us money as a result, you need to make a Bitcoin deposit to us, or you need to give us a gift card registration number in order to make up for that. The first thing you should do is say, okay, thank you very much. I'm a little busy right now. Hang up the phone. Call the agency that they're claiming to be using their actual number. Even if you got to look it up, use that actual number. Talk to somebody there. Move up the chain if you have to, and ask them if this is actually legitimate. Usually they're going to tell you it's a scam. You'll mark that number down. You'll give it to them. They'll do an investigation, hopefully catch these quacks before they hurt other people in our community. So that's making news today from the Oakland Press. You'll find a full article on that on our local news page. We'll talk about that a little bit more during the megacast in just about 15 minutes. Other news making headlines around the Greater West Bloomfield community. Congratulations to West Bloomfield Township Supervisor Steve Kaplan, who was appointed to Oakland County's Community Corrections Advisory Board by the Board of Commissioners this week. The board provides a wide array of sentencing alternatives for all types of nonviolent offenders. You can learn more about this Special Corrections Advisory Board from the Oakland County Board of Commissioners at oakgov.com. And of course, Steve Kaplan, Township Supervisor here in West Bloomfield, plenty of experience as an attorney in the past and dealing with sentencing for nonviolent offenders and violent offenders. So plenty of experience in the legal system he is bringing to this, and certainly some leadership qualities as well, as he's been a longtime servant of our public community here as the West Bloomfield Township Supervisor. Congratulations to Steve Kaplan. Also around town, a way you can help out one of our local school districts, Bloomfield Hills Schools, wants your help naming its early childhood centers. There are some changes happening in the Bloomfield Hills School District, one of several school districts serving us here in the Greater West Bloomfield community. The old West Bloomfield Middle School, let me correct myself. I'm so used to saying West Bloomfield. The old West Hills Middle School, I should know that better. I went there. The old West Hills Middle School is set to become the new location for Lone Pine Elementary School beginning in the fall. The Bloomfield Hills School District consolidating some schools, moving elementary schools into larger facilities, and expanding one of their middle schools and one of their former high schools even into new middle school facilities. West Hills Middle School will become the new location for Lone Pine Elementary School and will be renamed Lone Pine Elementary School. The old Lone Pine building on Lone Pine Road just before Middle Belt will serve in the meantime as an early childhood center, but it needs a new name for security reasons, IT reasons, and more. The same thing is happening on the other side of Bloomfield Hills at East Hills Middle School, where the current Eastover Elementary School will be closed and used instead as an early childhood center, and the current East Hills Middle School will then be renamed as Eastover Elementary. So in between all of that, in the middle of those two sides, the Bloomfield Hills side and the western Bloomfield Hills and eastern part of West Bloomfield that is part of this district, we'll see Bloomfield Hills Middle School expanding into a larger facility that will take in a number of students from our side of that school district. On the east side of the Bloomfield Hills School District, the old Lasser High School building is being renovated, and that will be turned into the Eastern Bloomfield Hills Middle School with a new name as well. Thus, the school district needs suggestions for new names for their early childhood facilities at Lone Pine and at the old Eastover buildings as they make this transition. You can add your ideas and find more information on how you can help out at bloomfield.org. They have some names that they've already proposed that you can click on and suggest as something that you enjoy as a name for these facilities, or you can even write in your own names. And as I mentioned earlier, I am a former student of West Hills Middle School, and I went to Lone Pine Elementary School in the early aughts from kindergarten through 5th grade. So I'd like to suggest a few names on the air for this new early childhood building. Yes, it's going to be pre-K in this building, but there are a number of longtime educators at Lone Pine Elementary that I think would be great to pay homage to as you're renaming this elementary school. One, I'd like to suggest longtime 1st grade teacher at Lone Pine, Cindy Finnegan. Name the building after her. Another idea, kindergarten teacher Dottie Branshaw, another great choice. And of course, former Bloomfield Hills Schools assistant superintendent and longtime Lone Pine Elementary principal Lori McCarty would also be a great choice. Name it after them, the Cindy Finnegan Early Childhood Center, the Dottie Branshaw Early Childhood Center, the Lori McCarty Early Childhood Center. Those are my 3 proposals. You can make yours on bloomfield.org. Moving on, plenty going on around town as we enter into the month of June. Today is the last day for you to save on costs for West Bloomfield summer camps through West Bloomfield Park. Savings of up to $10 a week expire today for camps including Camp WB, single-day nature camps, and sports camps including Pistons basketball, beach volleyball, soccer, golf, and multi-sport camps. These also include art camps for ages 3 through 12 and STEM activities including Minecraft, Roblox, robotics, YouTube production, and Pokemania, also part of their summer camp programs. Learn more information and register today with the last day for these $10 a week savings at wbparks.org. Another activity through West Bloomfield Parks happening this weekend as we celebrate National Trails Day. West Bloomfield Parks will be holding a walk down the West Bloomfield Trail beginning at 8:30 a.m. on June 3rd at Walnut Creek Middle School. This will occur on the West Bloomfield Rails to Trails WB Trail from Walnut Creek Middle School down to Sylvan Manor Park. If you get there early, about 8 a.m., a half hour before the walk is scheduled to begin on a first-come, first-served basis, you can even get a free t-shirt. Keep in mind, no transportation will be provided back to Walnut Creek Middle School. So if you walk one way, it is expected you got to walk back the other way, and it's not a short hike either. The West Bloomfield Trail, keep in mind, that is 6.8 miles long from one end to another. Quite the hike. So if you are not prepared for that, you may want to turn around a little bit early. There's no shame in doing so, and of course that's even encouraged by West Bloomfield Parks. No matter how long you spend with them, spend a nice day outside on Saturday on the West Bloomfield Trails in honor of National Trails Day. Also happening on Saturday at Spirit of Grace Church from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. and open to the public. Get rid of junk right from your trunk, from the trunk of your car. This will happen from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Spirit of Grace Church. If you'd like to participate as a seller, you may do so for $10 per parking spot or get a table rented for $5. Setup begins at 9 o'clock a.m. For more information on becoming a seller or on participating in the sale, 248-338-3505 is the telephone number. Again, 248-338-3505 for more information on the Junk in Your Trunk sale at Spirit of Grace Church this weekend. Then also on Saturday, so much going on Saturday. It's going to be a bright, sunny, beautiful day outside. Why not head over to the Sylvan Memorial Park at Pontiac and Garland in the prettiest little city in Michigan for both the Kego Harbor and Sylvan Lake Garden Clubs coming together for their annual plant swap. That's going to happen 10 a.m. until 12 noon. You can find more information on that and ways to get in contact with organizers to participate both in the Kego and the Sylvan Lake What's Going On Facebook groups, or just look for the Sylvan Lake and the Kego Harbor Garden Club's individual pages as well on Facebook to find more information. Again, that plant swap, 10 a.m. to 12 noon on Saturday at the Sylvan Memorial Park at the corner of Garland and Pontiac in Sylvan Lake. Next week, you can support the West Bloomfield High School Boys Lacrosse team at Chipotle on Orchard Lake Road, June 7th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. If you order online for pickup and use the code capital T, capital L, 4, capital R, 4, capital W, capital W. A portion of your proceeds from your online order will go to help fund programs for West Bloomfield High School Boys Lacrosse. Again, the code is TL4, R4WW. And if you're watching on our TV side or on our streams, you'll see that in the form on the right side of the split screen. You can find that also on demand. CivicCenterTV.com for that code. And support your local sports teams at West Bloomfield High School. We're just a couple of weeks away from the West Bloomfield Youth Assistance Food Truck Rally, another great way to support our students at West Bloomfield High School and beyond. This fan-favorite event that brings in people from not only our community, but many surrounding communities to the Orchard Mall will happen this year on a Saturday, June 10th, a week from this Saturday, 11:30 a.m. until 9 p.m. at the Orchard Mall. You can learn more information about the event by visiting wbyyouthassistance.org or searching for West Bloomfield Youth Assistance on Facebook. A very fun event with music, with food trucks, with other activities, and more. Hey, you may even get to dunk Kurt Lawson, the deputy police chief, in the dunk tank. That's happened in the past. I don't know for sure if it's going to happen this year. I can't confirm or deny that, but you can ask him and others from West Bloomfield Youth Assistance by visiting wbyyouthassistance.org. And they're also looking for volunteers still for that event at this time. It's a major undertaking. If you'd like to participate, again, wbyyouthassistance.org. Finally, coming up on June 11th, that's a week from Sunday, unfortunately, Apple Island tours at this time that usually happen around this time as we head into the summer season are still postponed for the time being as the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society makes a number of different updates and attempts to reconvene that local tradition in the near future. But in the meantime, an open house all about the historic West Bloomfield landmark is on the way. Again, Sunday, June 11th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Orchard Lake Museum on the corner of Orchard Lake Road and Long Lake Road in West Bloomfield, just across the way from Orchard Lake, and you can get a clear view of Apple Island right from there. Learn more about Apple Island, about its history, about the Native American history on the island as well. 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., June 11th at the Orchard Lake Museum. The event is free and open to the public, although donations to the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society are encouraged if you're interested in attending the event and learning more about this historic landmark right here in our communities. Go to gwbhs.org to learn more information about the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society and this event. Again, that's gwbhs.org. You can also call them about more information on this and other events at 248-757-2451. 248-757-2451. All of these events all around the community, you can learn more about them all throughout the week, every single day, Monday through Friday, live from 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on the Splash Live as part of our 90 minutes of news. That is going to do it for today's edition of the Splash Live. As always, you can find us live right here on Civic Center TV every morning from 9:30 to 10 a.m. and find us throughout the day for replays and individual segments popping up in between all of our original programming and other imported programming and meeting coverage as well. Every single day right here is the place to go, Civic Center TV, and find us on demand, CivicCenterTV.com, and watch us right away. If you're just tuning in, you missed a show, you can watch back right away on Civic Center TV's YouTube page at Civic Center TV or on Facebook at Civic Center TV 15. Until next time, I'm Tyler Kieft. In the meantime, take care of each other, and we'll see you very soon.